Hey, welcome back to Bigfoot Ultra Running. This is Brad. It is the eve of the Five Peaks 58, or actually 59 kilometre ultra marathon. They've had to extend the route a little bit this year. It's a very hot year. It's going to be 32 degrees tomorrow. We're looking at 31 or 32 today on the Saturday. And yeah, I'll be starting off at the 8 a.m. start time tomorrow morning. And hoping to avoid the cramping that I experienced last year. I thought today, as a bit of a preview, I'd look at my training, comparing how I was last year to this year. So I've got my laptop in front of me, I'm recording the screen, and we'll see how it turns out. Let's start by comparing my 2 years. So far this year, I've started off knowing that I'm aiming for my first 100-mile race in July, knowing that I was going to do the 5 peaks leading up to that, and also knowing that last year didn't go quite to as planned with the terrible cramping that I experienced on the day of the 5 peaks. So I've started this year in January, well, from the first week of January I was still easing into it with a 60k week, and then pretty much every week since then's been over 100 kilometres. So there's at least 1,300 kilometre weeks in a row. There's been a few big runs throughout that as well with the Bigfoot Run Club, some big 35k runs, a few of those. And this time I've had a bit of a longer taper, so rather than tapering for 1 week, I had a week there where I only did about 50k's. And then this week so far, I haven't done any kilometres, haven't run at all, just walked the dog a couple of times and that's about it. So we'll see how that goes. I've been trying to carb load a little bit, although when I do the formula, it's something ridiculous for my body weight, over 100 kilograms, so it's like 700 grams of carbs a day. I haven't got anywhere near that, but I have been trying to eat plenty of pasta and bread and all that good stuff throughout the week. I'll be packing plenty of salt tablets on the day and some cramp fix. Thanks to Dean last year for putting me onto the cramp fix. That saved the day. Man, this has been brutal. I've had some diabolical cramping. I've got to say, the trail running community, mate, epic. If it wasn't for a couple of people stopping to help me out, one guy giving me this cramp fix supplement, I reckon without that I would have DNF'd by now. Just inside thigh, man.
Okay, my name's Dean. I'm a paramedic for the ambulance service. I work on the rescue helicopter. I'm old, 59. Haven't run for 8 years. And I'm having a great day.
I'll have enough for myself as well as a few extra ones to share along the way if anyone else finds themselves in the same kind of trouble that I was in last year. That's this year's training, so I'm pretty happy with that. I've made sure I've been focusing on my elevation a bit as well, probably covering a bit more than last year. We'll look at the phone in a minute. If I look at the elevation here, you've got fair bit of elevation leading up to Mount Lofty. That's Mount Lofty there, and then it's not all downhill, don't kid yourself, but a lot of it's downhill after that. I found it really hard. I had an inner thigh cramp last year, and running down those downhills was brutal. So yeah, I'm going to try and pace myself a bit better. I'll be using the sticks again. And just trying to sort of be a bit smarter this year with my pacing, especially considering the heat. I'm going to be taking in more fluid, so I need to take in more electrolytes. I'm expecting the cramp, but I'm hoping to manage it well on my own. I've got that cramp fix solution if I really need it as well, and I've even bought some bottles of that so I can guzzle as much down as I want. Now we'll check out the phone. So this is a new feature that Strava added recently. Before this, I had to literally write down on pen and paper if I wanted to compare 1 year to the other. So this down here is my off season. That was like after the Hyson and Christmas and all that. My running dipped off a bit there intentionally just to sort of have a bit of an off season to recover. Again, knowing that in July I'm doing my first 100 miler. Since then I've been doing pretty much 100k weeks every week except for that first week in January, which was 60k's. So lots of consistency there. Couple of big Bigfoot Ultra group runs there with the boys. Matt, Lars and Nick getting out there for some big runs with me. Remember, getting on those group runs, we want to grow the group as much as possible and keep sharing our favourite routes and having a good time. But yeah, that's been helping keeping especially the elevation and just going for long runs. That's been one little difference this year. I've had a few more of those 30k plus runs. And yeah, it's leading up, and then this week here, this is my taper. Now if I compare that to a year ago, you can see the oranges this year, that's last year. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident there. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, that's looking pretty good. So definitely more consistent as far as the mileage goes. And if I change distance, so last year I'd done just under 30,000 meters of elevation. This year, just over 33, so 3,000 more meters. I mean, it's not that much, but I'll take that. Distance, so this year 1,600 Ks leading up to it, and then last year 1,300, so an extra 300 Ks, that's 3 extra weeks of training at 100 Ks a week. Again, it's not huge, but we'll take it. And 23% more distance and 13% more elevation from last year. We'll check out time. This year, 158 hours. Last year, 125. That's probably the most impressive out of those stats for me. Time on feet. I keep coming back to volume training. Everything comes down to volume in the end for me. And yeah, pretty happy with that. So 26% more time than this time last year. So yeah, we'll take that. So yeah, it's going to be a hot 5 peaks. Can't wait to see the Bigfoot Run Club out there. That's made like part of this. Like I can't wait to put a video out of the 5 peaks, because along the way I'm going to see Matt, Lars and I will be there at the start line together, and Nick's starting at the 7 a.m. start off point an hour before us. So it's going to be game on trying to catch Nick, and yeah, I just can't wait to catch up with him. Hopefully, I mean, you never know, it might not happen, but it'd be pretty cool for the 4 of us to all sort of catch up at some point during the race, or at least at the finish line. So yeah, pretty pumped. I got a bit of a group chat going. So yeah, this week with the Bigfoot Run Club, there's a bit of news. Poor Matt Crump's been sick. He's had to work throughout the week. And yeah, sort of, he's had a pretty tough week there, Matt. Lars ran out of salt tabs, or they didn't arrive in time. I had an extra set. That's the only drama we've sort of had. Lars did something pretty awesome this week. He actually paced a mate doing a sub 19 5K. So that's his only run for the week. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. So well done, Lars. And pacing your mate on the week before the 5 peaks is pretty amazing. And sub 19, how good's that? Nick has been resting up a bit of a groin injury, which is starting to come good. But yeah, sort of, he's going to have to sort of negotiate that a bit tomorrow. Hopefully it holds out for you, Nick. And me, I'm just worried about cramping again like last year. I've had a solid training block though.
You should have taken the camera while you were cramping. And
I got a little bit of it.
yeah.
I'm cramping. I've had a good taper, and yeah, it's just going to be an adventure tomorrow, and can't be as bad as last year. That's kind of my philosophy. And yeah, just looking forward to seeing how it all goes down. So just got to set that alarm now, get up early enough to get there on time, get on that bus and soak in those vibes. So this is the pre-video. There'll definitely be a 5 peaks video. I'm going to carry the GoPro the whole race. Hopefully we see some familiar faces out there. If you recognize me from this, say g'day. One of the best, or the best thing about this channel is how I'm starting to meet people out there on the trails. It's an easy introduction for me. And yeah, we're all out there together, so looking forward to it. All right, here we go. 5 peaks, 59 kilometer ultra marathon, 2025. 32 degree heat. Let's do it. All right, see you tomorrow. It's going to be a hot day, so I'm going to pack some drinks for the finish line with some ice and enough for my mates as well. So yeah, hit me up for a drink at the finish line if you're thirsty. We've got a bit of a selection.